Hey there, tweeters and YouTubers, back again after a long absence to do a movie review. Um, Today I saw American Hustle. Um, Let me just say I've seen quite a few movies this year. Some of my favorites I might list later, but this is one of those movies that's kind of going on my list of probably worst movies of the year. And I know that's completely different than what everybody's saying. Apparently, a lot of people are on board with David O. Russell. Um, I don't know. I've seen the Silver Lining Playbook. I honestly didn't think much of that either. I was kind of, my jury was still out a little bit on it, and usually that just means I wasn't impressed. Um, but this seemed to repeat the pattern, kind of, and it's just like unfulfillment through the film experience. When I go to a movie, I do. I mean, a talking point would be nice, but it shouldn't be everything. I want the full experience. I sat there for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and I want I want the conclusions to be drawn before I exit the theater. I don't want to sit there and get my math book out and start adding things up and look and think, oh, that's why everything happened. And this movie does have a moral compass, and that's why that's so important and this and that. And I know it's maybe the counterpoint would be, hey, look, it's a true story. It doesn't have to have a moral compass, but um, it starts off the movie by saying that some of these events may have happened. So um, there's that. So it's kind of up in the air. One of the things I was missing, obviously, was the moral compass. Another thing is that I just kind of felt sick of the characters immediately. I wasn't enjoying it. Um, each reveal only brought me deeper into this chasm of depressing um, characters and spiraling badness things going on. So yeah, I wasn't really impressed. Bringing in characters like Robert De Niro, it just felt like very sad at certain points. So I wasn't excited about that either. The one things I will say good about the movie was it did do a job of apologizing for itself. Being self-aware. Um, you know, not being not it didn't besides being apologizing for itself and being self-aware and like trying to make up things with comedy and different storylines and things. One of the other things it did nicely was countered the formula, and I think a lot of hipsters are going to jump on board and say like how this counters the formula and how this is you know taking a step back and looking at it from a different direction or this or that. With maybe the crime genre or defying genre or that sort of thing. Um, yeah, I think that's great, but at the same time, you kind of gotta have to you kind of have to have me interested in the story in some way. And I just felt like, um, especially when it came to okay, spoiler alert, stop now if you want me to not spoil anything for you, but spoiler alert. Um, the cop character was just despicable. Yeah, I get it that maybe none of these characters are good characters, and we're turning the tables here or whatever. But I mean, he was really despicable, and that just threw me for another loop, and just made the whole thing even harder to watch. Um, I think the thing with storytelling is you kind of have to be upfront about it. In a novel, um, in any story, you just kind of have to I know, hey, look, this is a con movie, or there's people playing undercover, but you've got to be upfront about who characters are and who we're dealing with, and so that each reveal isn't just making things worse and worse and worse. So, yeah, that was the movie. I enjoyed it. Jennifer Lawrence is awesome. Um, I think, I think, you know, the Hunger Games film or her film career, I think it's going to keep rising. But some of the other guys like Christian Bale and I don't know. I just felt like I felt like I wasn't getting my my full movie experience. I wasn't getting my Hollywood tradition. I wasn't adding another film to the classics. I wasn't picking up on anything recommendable. I felt like this was all very counter to what I wanted to experience, and especially with the 8.3 rating it has. So, I mean, that's great, you guys. Give it an 8.3 rating. Well, that just leaves it open for people like me to actually say how they really feel, because I don't feel sorry at all for completely trashing a film like this. Um, David O. Russell, the director, the writer, Eric Singer, these guys haven't been around for very long, as far as I know. Their work hasn't really impressed me so far, so maybe they've got a lot of work to do. Um, with a right, with a, I just want, I want to feel like a movie has a distinct voice, and it didn't feel like it had that. So, get yourself a distinct voice, and make another film. I, I don't know how these guys do it. It's brilliant. They make money come out of thin air for these things, but um, hopefully this pays for itself, and you guys can get yourself going again. I tried. I did feel good at the end of the movie. I felt like I was uplifted, but it was 2 hours 10 minutes. I had to do a lot of work to get to that point. So um, yeah, maybe next time. Anyways, back to the real world. If anybody wants, you could go check out some of my video games on Xbox Live. I've been developing video games on the side, trying to do a little storytelling. I've got video games coming out in the future. I'll put some links down below, and you guys can go check that out. I'm going to keep this YouTube channel separate than my game development YouTube channel, but you can feel free to head over there as I am migrating to that area. Um, I'll check you guys later, and hopefully I'll have another review soon. I also want to do some my top 5, maybe even top 10 for the year, and top 5 worst movies of the year possibly. So if anybody wants that, put a little comment below, and I may consider your movie. All right.